Have you ever felt that sting? That moment when someone questions your integrity, mocks your path, or twists your words into something they were never meant to be. And without thinking, you defend. You explain. You try to make them understand. But here's the truth no one told you. Every time you rush to justify yourself, you hand over something sacred. Your peace. Your presence. Your power. The Stoics warned us. If you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them. Marcus Aurelius. And yet most of us give our dignity away the second someone misreads our silence, our strength, our stillness. Why? Because deep down, most people would rather be understood than be in control. They'd rather be liked than be respected. But that's not the Stoic way. The Stoic doesn't chase validation. They become the kind of person who doesn't need it. In this video, we're going to explore the power of restraint, why silence can be your greatest weapon, the psychology of stillness, how not reacting shifts the power back to you, and the Stoic art of not defending yourself, how to walk into any room unshakable, untouched, and in complete control of your own narrative. If you're tired of being misread, tired of reacting, tired of feeling like you're always on trial, stay with me, because this isn't just philosophy. This is strategy. And once you master it, you'll carry yourself differently in every room, every conversation, and every challenge life throws at you. Have you ever noticed how much it hurts when someone misjudges you? It's not just the sting of their words. It's that quiet desperation inside the voice that whispers, if I can just explain myself clearly enough, if I say the right words, maybe they'll see the truth. Maybe they'll see me. This reaction is almost universal, and yet the Stoics warned us, the need to be understood is a trap. The hidden cost of needing approval. In the philosophy of Stoicism, peace of mind is considered the highest form of wealth. But every time we try to convince others to see us a certain way, we trade that wealth for scraps of validation. Seneca captured this danger perfectly in his timeless work on the shortness of life. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. And what do we waste it on? Endless explanations, clarifications no one asked for. Trying to convince people who have already made up their minds. Every time we rush to defend ourselves, we step onto their battlefield. A battlefield where they set the rules, where the goalposts can move, and where our peace becomes the first casualty. Epictetus, the courtroom of public opinion. Epictetus, born a slave and misunderstood his entire life, understood the cost of constantly defending yourself. He said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Why would a Stoic philosopher say this? Because the constant need to be understood doesn't come from strength, it comes from fear. Fear of being misjudged. Fear of being disliked. Fear of not being seen as good. In modern Stoic mindset terms, this is a dangerous cycle. The more you explain yourself to people who aren't listening, the more you hand over your emotional control to those who don't value it. Marcus Aurelius, judging yourself by your own standards. Consider Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, the most powerful man of his time. He was surrounded by betrayal, rumors, and political attacks on a daily basis. Did he respond to every accusation? Did he spend his days issuing public defenses? Number. Instead, he wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." His silence wasn't weakness. It was self-mastery. Because Marcus understood a truth we've almost forgotten. Your worth is not determined in someone else's courtroom. Modern Stoic wisdom. Why this matters now more than ever. In our modern world, the courtroom of public opinion has moved online. Every post, every message, every moment is subject to instant commentary. The temptation to defend yourself, to set the record straight, is stronger than ever. But here's what Stoic philosophy teaches us. Defending yourself to everyone is a form of emotional slavery. You make your peace dependent on someone else's understanding. The modern Stoic path is different. You focus on inner strength instead of public approval. You cultivate mental toughness instead of chasing validation. You live by self-discipline rather than emotional reactions. The psychological trap. Every time you feel the urge to explain yourself, ask, is this explanation for my peace or for their ego? Will defending myself bring clarity or just keep me tangled in someone else's story? The Stoic discipline is to recognize that explanations rarely change minds that are already closed. The person who demands you justify yourself often isn't looking for truth, they're looking for control. And when you defend yourself emotionally, you've already entered their frame and agreed to their rules. The Stoic application. How to step out of the trap. This is where Stoic practice becomes powerful in everyday life. 1. Recognize the urge. When someone misjudges you, notice the immediate impulse to explain. Pause. Breathe. Remember, you have power over your response. 2. Ask the Stoic question. Does this explanation protect my peace or just feed their ego? Marcus Aurelius would remind himself, if the answer doesn't align with virtue, let it go. 3. Choose presence over performance. Your presence, your calm, your silence, your composure communicates more than any defense. Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. 4. Anchor in self-respect. You don't owe everyone a window into your thoughts. You don't need to open the gates of your mind to every passerby. The quiet power you gain. The moment you stop needing to be understood, you reclaim your time. No more wasted hours crafting perfect explanations. Your energy. No more emotional exhaustion from chasing approval. Your dignity. Standing firm in your own values instead of seeking constant validation. This is what the Stoics called freedom. Freedom from the emotional storms stirred up by others. Freedom from the fragile approval of the crowd. And freedom to live as a self-mastered individual. And that's the paradox. The less you try to make everyone understand you, the more powerful and respected you become. Silence. Most people misunderstand it. They fear that silence will make them look guilty. They believe that if they don't defend themselves, people will assume the worst. But here's the Stoic truth. Silence is not weakness. Silence is power. Why silence is misunderstood? In a noisy world, silence feels unnatural. We live in a culture that rewards instant reaction. Someone questions you, respond immediately. Someone misjudges you, defend yourself right away. But the modern Stoic mindset sees the trap. When you rush to respond, you are not in control, you are reacting. And reaction is emotional, not strategic. The psychology of restraint. Restraint is more than just holding your tongue, it's emotional control. It's choosing not to be dragged into every argument, every misunderstanding, every subtle attack. Think about this. In a world where everyone reacts instantly, the person who doesn't react becomes a mystery. You accuse them, they remain calm. You press them, they don't flinch. You expect a fight, and you're met with stillness. That stillness forces people to question their own assumptions. It flips the energy. The accuser, expecting resistance, is left facing their own noise. Marcus Aurelius, no opinion needed. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never a need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control." This is the Stoic discipline in action. The emperor understood, you don't need to have a reaction to every comment. You don't need to have a defense for every accusation. The absence of reaction is not absence of strength, it is the presence of self-mastery. Seneca, the danger of over-explaining. Seneca saw explaining as a form of vulnerability. In his letters, he warned, "If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to what others think, you will never be rich. Every time you explain yourself unnecessarily, you give others material to twist. You become predictable, and predictable people are easy to manipulate." Epictetus, become unreadable. Epictetus advised, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." To the Stoic, silence is a shield, not because they're hiding something, but because they refuse to play in the shallow emotional games of others. Silence as strategy. Here's why silence is powerful in practical terms. It keeps you unpredictable. People can't exploit what they don't understand. It shifts the energy. The one who doesn't react forces others to fill the silence, often revealing more than they intended. It protects your peace. No words mean no hooks for others to grab onto. In a conversation, the one who speaks less usually controls more. Modern Stoic application: how to use silence as power. In our modern world, where social media and constant communication dominate, restraint is a rare skill. Here's how to apply it. 1. Pause before responding. When someone challenges you, don't answer immediately. Let the silence breathe. This shows confidence and composure. 2. Hold your frame. Remember, you are not obligated to enter every emotional game. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. 3. Let your actions speak. Over time, consistent behavior communicates more than any defense. People will see your integrity in action, not in explanations. The Stoic transformation through silence. When you become comfortable with silence, something shifts. You stop being reactive. You stop letting others control your emotional state. You start projecting calm strength that people respect, even if they don't understand it. And here's the paradox. The less you speak to defend yourself, the more others start defending you in your absence. The power of presence. Silence doesn't mean disengagement. It's about holding presence without reaction. The modern Stoic discipline is this: be fully aware of what's happening. Choose deliberately whether it deserves your words. Because in a world where everyone scrambles to respond, the one who stays still becomes the one everyone notices. Here's a paradox that Stoic philosophy understood over 2,000 years ago. The moment you accept being misunderstood, you become free. Why being misunderstood hurts? Why does it sting so much when someone twists your words or doubts your character? Because deep down, most of us have been trained to believe that approval is safety. We think, if they like me, I'm safe. If they understand me, I'm accepted. If they approve of me, I'm secure. But Stoic wisdom reveals the truth. Approval is fragile. It can be withdrawn in an instant. And if your peace depends on the changing opinions of others, your inner stability will always be at risk. Epictetus, content to be thought a fool. Epictetus, who was misunderstood his entire life, gave us a powerful key. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. He wasn't encouraging ignorance. He was teaching emotional freedom. Because the person who can stand calmly while being misjudged is a person who has built their peace on self-mastery, not on public opinion. Marcus Aurelius, let them be wrong. As Emperor of Rome, Marcus Aurelius faced constant accusations, political attacks, and whispers behind closed doors. Did he chase every rumor to clear his name? Number. Instead, in meditations, he reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." He let people be wrong about him, because his peace didn't live in their understanding. Seneca, the dignity of letting go. Seneca understood that constantly correcting false perceptions is not strength, it's a waste of life. In his writings, he warns us, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most of our suffering when misjudged doesn't come from the judgment itself. It comes from our fight to change it. And that fight drains time, energy, and dignity. The modern Stoic application, why this matters now. In the modern Stoic mindset, we are surrounded by platforms where everyone has an opinion, social media, comment sections, group chats. The temptation to explain ourselves is stronger than ever. But freedom from validation is one of the most powerful forms of mental resilience. You stop being pulled into emotional storms. You reclaim control over your focus and energy. You live in stoic peace, not in the chaos of public opinion. Practical steps. How to walk in the freedom of misunderstanding. 1. Accept that not everyone will understand you. Marcus Aurelius would say, "It's natural for people to judge. It's your choice whether to accept their judgment." 2. Don't waste energy on the unwilling. Epictetus taught, "Not everyone is ready for the truth. Speak when it serves wisdom, not when it serves ego." 3. Anchor in self-respect. Your worth is not in their approval. Your dignity is in your ability to remain unshaken. The quiet power you gain. When you accept being misunderstood, you gain inner strength. You're no longer dependent on external validation. Emotional freedom. You stop living like a prisoner of opinion. Mental resilience. You can walk into any situation calm, focused, and undisturbed. And ironically, the less you try to correct people, the more they start to respect you. Not because you fought to win their approval, but because your stillness showed them something unshakable. The Stoic definition of freedom. For the Stoics, freedom was never about controlling others. It was about mastering yourself. When you no longer fear misunderstanding, when you can stand in silence while others speak, you are living the kind of Stoic freedom Marcus, Seneca, and Epictetus embodied. Calm, grounded, untouchable. You don't owe the world constant explanations. You don't need to stand in the courtroom of public opinion every time someone misreads you. The Stoics knew this truth long before us. Strength is not in being understood. Strength is in being unshaken. The timeless Stoic lesson. Marcus Aurelius didn't waste his life chasing rumors. Seneca didn't sacrifice his peace for validation. Epictetus didn't measure his worth by the crowd's opinion. They all lived by the same Stoic discipline. Your peace, your dignity, your presence, they are yours to protect. And that protection begins the moment you stop making your peace dependent on someone else's understanding. What this means for you. The next time someone questions your integrity, the next time they twist your silence into weakness, the next time they try to drag you into their emotional storm, pause, breathe. Remember, you have power over your mind, not over their perception. When you refuse to defend yourself to those who are not seeking the truth, you are doing more than staying silent. You are demonstrating self-mastery. Living the modern Stoic mindset. In today's world of noise, misunderstandings, and constant opinions, your silence becomes a rare and powerful signal. It shows mental toughness in a culture addicted to reaction. It reflects emotional control in an environment driven by impulse. It radiates inner strength that no rumor or accusation can shake. This is not passivity. This is the ultimate Stoic freedom. So the next time you're misunderstood, let it be. The next time someone misjudges you, let them. Because you are no longer chasing the comfort of approval. You are walking the Stoic path toward true inner peace. And that peace, once found, cannot be taken.